Just starting right now to show you what we have to do. These are what we put on this one is flags, red flags to warn the general public that this is a white oversized overweight load is coming. And on the bumper also, the bumper all the way on the bumper also, we put a sign, oversized overweight load is coming. And then over here also I put one flag, two red flags to warn general public that the white oversized overweight is coming. Now this is going to be this is the steering tires. This is much wider because we have to get 20,000 pounds rated. So most of the states, some of the states, they need the width of this tire has to be 385 to get 20,000 pounds, except California. So this is steering axle, and now from this is rated from the factory, which is manufactured by Mack, is for 20,000 pounds. Now from here, when I measure from the center of this axle, not here, not over there, from here, from the center of this axle to the first axle of this pusher. We call this as a pusher. It means if I'm light, I don't have no weight, if I'm not hauling anything, and if I don't need this tire, so I can make this tire up. So you can see it's not on the ground, so I don't want to use my tire, so I just put this tire on top. So now when we haul heavy equipment, then I put this tire on the ground so we can get a 20,000 pounds benefit on this tire, which is called pusher axle. Okay, now if I measure from the center of this axle to the center of this axle is approximately 15 feet. Now this is axle number 1, axle number 2. From number 2 axle to number 3 axle, this is called, these two called our drive axle. And when this truck was built, it came with only 3 axle. The first owner, he added the pusher axle just to get 20,000 pounds extra. That's the reason he got the pusher axle. So there is number 1, number 2 axle. From number 2 axle, which is pusher axle, if we measure, it's going to be 4 feet 6 inches. This is number 3 axle. This is number 4 axle. If I measure from the center of this third axle to the 4th axle, is 4 feet 6 inches. So we got 4 axle on the tractor. Tractor, we got 4 axle on this. Now, if we measure from here, which is going to be the 4th axle, to the 1st axle, this is all trailer, you put the load on this deck. So if I'm measuring from here, this is the 1st axle of the trailer. So I'm going to measure from here, from center, is approximately 35 feet. From the center of this axle, this is the 1st axle of the trailer. So how many axle we got? This is the 5th axle. Now from here to the 2nd axle of the trailer is 4 feet 6 inches. If I measure from the center to here, is going to be 4, 5, 6, 6th axle. From here again, I'm going to measuring from here to here is going to be 4 feet 6 inches. Now, when I'm loaded, if I have a light load, then I can go back 4 axle with the tractor, and then with 3 axle on this one, I can load whatever, I can move the load whatever I want on this deck. Now this trailer is built and rated to haul 60 ton, which is 120,000 pounds. The size of the deck from here which is going to be clearance. Okay, all clear from here to here is 24 feet. The width is 9 feet. Okay, now since I have no load, so the distance between the ground is approximately about 22 to 24 inches. Can you see that? The distance from the ground to the end of this trailer is about 24 inches, 20 or 24 inches. Now when we put the load, then it's going to go maybe about 4 inches above the ground, because when you put the load, the trailer will go down. And but even though if we put the trailer goes down, then the load is going to be sitting over here. So when the load is going to be sitting over here, then we have to measure from the ground to the top of the highest point of the load, whatever the load is going to be. That's the actual height we have to give to the permit department. Now what it is going to be, now I'm going to show you for an example. If we have this is the chain what I put it, just because I got the wood and I don't want to see the wood flying when I drive. That's the reason I put the chain, to secure the wood. Now this is the booster. Some of them in America they call booster, some of them they call stringer. So this is going to be going, this one will be going behind the trailer, all the way behind the trailer. And the distance from the first axle of this booster, okay, it has got two axles. So when I hook up, it's going to be much longer. It's going to be approximately 97 feet. Now what happens is, then we have to measure from the last axle of this trailer to when it's hooked up, the first axle of the booster is going to be approximately 14 feet 2 inches or 14 feet 5 inches, whatever. I will let you know. That's going to be that. Then from the booster, again, the first axle of the booster to the second axle of the booster is going to be 4 feet 6 inches. So we got, when I hook up this one goes, these are the attachments which goes behind the trailer, and the distance is going to be approximately 14 feet 6 inches. So this is the booster. You don't put any load except like a bucket or something. If you have to, I mean, it's okay, you can put that. But the actual load will be sitting on this deck. Now we have got 2 tires on each axle. 2 tires on each axle, on each side. So we got 4 on each axle. Okay, 2 over here, 2 on the other side. So this is one axle. It has got 4 tires on each axle. Okay, 4 tires. I'm going to show you the other one. I'm going to go there and show you the other one on the other side, so that you guys can see. On this one, it has got 2 on the other side. So now there are 4 tires on each axle. So how many it's going to be? Okay, now except this is on the other side of the trailer. There's going to be only on each axle, it's going to be 4 tires on each axle, except the pusher. Now I'm going to show you the pusher. Pusher and steering has got only 1 tire. As you can see over here, this is the drive. It has got 2 tires on each side. This is drive and this is drive for the tractor, and this is the pusher. Pusher has got only 1 tire on each side, but it can handle 20,000 pounds payload. Steering has got only 1 tire. Now I'm going to show you the outrigger, how the outriggers are going to be. Now Now let's assume